soon as the weather clears. And we don't anticipate being here all night long, so we'll bring you kickoff as soon as we get it. Some teams in the area already kicked off last night, some area teams in the Grand Strand and the PD, and some teams that we're going to see later on in the season. But as far as what we're going to see tonight, Rodney, North Myrtle Beach is going to try to play two quarterbacks, and Socastee's breaking in a new quarterback as well, a sophomore in Marcus Duke.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I know you're well versed with these teams. You've seen them and familiar with them. And I'm anticipating seeing how that two-quarterback system works. Very seldom do you see it with success. And asking you earlier, I was asking, was one prolific in passing? Was the other a runner? And you said, no, they're kind of identical, right?
Yeah, they look the same in the Jamboree and the CMB Kickoff Classic. North Myrtle Beach was able to knot things up with Carolina Forest, who really has kind of run things. They've wrecked shop the last few seasons in the Beach region and down here in the PD area. So North Myrtle Beach was able to keep pace. Teron Scott is a player to watch, wide receiver for the Chiefs. He goes about 6 feet 3 inches, and he is a dual threat in terms of playing basketball and then what he can do on the football field. And we're really going to get our first look at him tonight. And Perry Woolbright's going to have to decide the best way to utilize him because he's certainly going to be a marked man. Socastee was at the same CMB Kickoff Classic playing against Waccamaw, a game that they lost, but or a Jamboree half that they lost. But they saw the same thing that I saw, which Teron Scott is a playmaker at the wide receiver position. So, look, there's a lot of talent that's going to be on the field tonight. Both of these clubs looking to better their position, kind of move up the ladder a little bit in the Grand Strand and PD. And, hey, reclassification, so everybody's kind of in a new region. It's a new ball game all around.
Yes, Smitty, everything I can glean from this ball game tonight is they've got a lot of peripheral players with a lot of speed, a lot of talent. I guess tonight we're going to see how the interior is going to work out. But we expect to see a lot of athletes, perhaps a lot of big plays. But back to your point earlier, both of these teams are coming off a 3-8 season, so surely they want to better themselves. It's been a competitive matchup the last 2 years. I think North Myrtle Beach has taken it by 14 points one year, 15 the next. So Socastee's got to figure out how to make up for that 14-point deficit. And I think the key to their success is unleashing some of those peripheral players that have a lot of talent.
This year, Socastee's going to change things just a little bit. Ben Hampton, the head coach for Socastee, is going to coach the offensive line. He's moved the offensive line coach from last year, Luke Little, to be the offensive play caller. One of the reasons they're doing that is because of the emergence of Elijah Owens, sophomore running back, came up as a freshman last year, 3 consecutive 100-yard rushing outings to close out the season. That propelled Socastee into a playoff appearance. So they're going to be a different team, very much more north-south in 2026 than they were in 2024 and 2025. And that's one of the reasons that Ben Hampton, when it, kind of rolled up his sleeves and says, I'm going to go ahead and coach this offensive line because it's going to be such a big part of what we do. These hog mollies are going to block and pave the way for Elijah Owens. That's going to be job one for the Braves.
Yeah. Socastee leads the series 12-7. The last 2 games has been won by North Myrtle Beach. Prior to that, Socastee took the 2 games. So we're really knotted up at 2-2, and this is just a pivotal game for the onset of the season to carve out the future. I'm excited to see what takes place here.
It is exciting, and again, the situation is this here at the Hank. Lightning delay. And anyone that is familiar with high school football in the state of South Carolina, you know that it's just something they do not play with. So once that lightning hits, the countdown begins. It's got to be at least 30 minutes in a delay before they even allow a player or anyone on staff to take the field. So right now we have empty fields because we are on a lightning delay, lightning countdown, and we will certainly keep you abreast of what happens there. Now, elsewhere in the area, a couple of teams that we're going to see later in the season, Myrtle Beach and Marlboro County did get a game in on a Thursday night. I was able to take that one in up there at the Dog Pound, home of the Bulldogs, where Marlboro County defeated Myrtle Beach 61-20. Again, those are 2 teams we're going to have later on in the season here on Friday Night Rivals, powered by Mr. Sparky, but a 61-20 victory for Marlboro County, and that is that is perhaps a harbinger of things to come. That's an 8-4 team for head coach Corey Johnson that is bringing back 20 of 22 players. Meanwhile, what did it say to you that Myrtle Beach was giving up so many points in the Jamboree and then gives up 61 in the home opener?
Yeah, so I was like probably so many other. When I saw that score, I didn't attend the score. You talked a little bit about it since we got here today. But no, I don't think anybody anticipated that, especially the margin of the score. Marlboro County must definitely be back. You know, they've got tradition over the years. They've hit some slumps. Down to 2A, I think, right? Aren't they in 2A?
They moved to 2A, Region 6 2A.
Yeah, Dillon's region. So that was a shocker for me. But, boy, does that set the tone for the season.
It absolutely does. So Myrtle Beach, we could see them improve. So what we're going to do here is, with the circumstances and the lightning delay happening at the Hank here at North Myrtle Beach, we're going to go into a Friday Night Rivals special for you, and we will check back in with you in just about 30 minutes. So be sure to stay with us. We anticipate having football tonight. This is HTC Friday Night Rivals, powered by Mr. Sparky.
Test.
This is HTC's Friday Night Rivals, powered by Mr. Sparky on the CW21.
This is the Hank in Little River, South Carolina, home to the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs. The Chiefs will play host in the Week 1 opener tonight to Socastee High School. This is the HTC Friday Night Rivals, powered by Mr. Sparky. We welcome you into Week 1. I am Matt Smith alongside Rodney Berry, and these two clubs coming at it from slightly different angles. You've got one coach, Ben Hampton of Socastee, who is entering year number 6 with the Braves. Meanwhile, Perry Woolbright's making his second turn with North Myrtle Beach. He left, went to the upstate a while, was in the Midlands with Lexington, then Clover, now back at North Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, and even in his absence, he proved himself. He carries quite a resume with him. So really looking forward to this head coach matchup. They're very capable, both of them.
Absolutely. Well, before the game begins, we've got a highlight. Time now for the HTC Check presentation.
I'm here with North Myrtle Beach Principal Ansley Morrow. Ms. Morrow, we've only been in school 3 days, but tell us how things are going so far.
Things are going great. We've really put a big focus on literacy this year with the district initiative of Rise with Reading. We are trying to maintain our excellent report card that we received last year. So just exciting time with the arts and athletics and music and all the different things that we have to offer students. It's been great.
Well, good. We're here to present you tonight with the Friday Night Rivals High School grant, and we appreciate everything that you do.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Back upstairs.
That's Steve Hodge presenting the HTC check to Ansley Morrow, principal, North Myrtle Beach High School. We will take our first break, and then we're going to have your Tide Law starting lineups and the Philly Pretzel kickoff. That's all coming up on HTC Friday Night Rivals, powered by Mr. Sparky. Back at the Hank for Friday Night Rivals, powered by Mr. Sparky. Matt Smith and Rodney Berry are here with you as North Myrtle Beach and Socastee are set to kick off their seasons here in Little River, South Carolina. And North Myrtle Beach has won the toss, elected to defer. So they will be kicking in the direction of Socastee first.
I tell you, Smitty, these teams, both of them, they passed the eye test. The optics. These guys are much bigger than I anticipated. When we get the roster, you don't get all the weights and the heights, but physically looking at them,
okay,
these ball clubs have got some size.
Absolutely, and we'll talk about those starting lineups now. Here are the Tide Law starting lineups. If you've got a real estate transaction, don't worry, y'all. Call Tide Law. First of all, for Socastee, we're going to see that Braves offense first. We've got a new quarterback this year for the Braves. Sophomore Marcus Duke will be behind center. Across the front, protecting Duke will be at left tackle Caleb Gutierrez. Left guard Thomas Balsati. Center will be Yoshi Spiegel. Right guard Jacob Antidormi. And at right tackle, it's Landon Ridling. And it's a lot of experience on the outside for Socastee. 3 seniors will be in the receiving corps. Ethan Rich, B.J. Floyd, and then the lengthy 84-inch wingspan of senior Paul Livingston.
This is the stable we talked about prior to the game. These are versatile athletes that I think can light it up given the chance.
And for North Myrtle Beach, the homestanding Chiefs, they have got a defensive end we're going to be watching all night. Dustin Clement, number 32, who will be all about rushing the passer, collapsing the pocket. We'll hear Rodney's thoughts on Clement in a moment. Jeremiah Wythe at nose guard and defensive end Matt Sadler. That's across the front. The linebacking core, Cam Jordan, Emmanuel Bellamy, Jimmy McCullough, and Cam Gooden. And the secondary for North Myrtle Beach. Cornerbacks are going to be Reb Stevenson, Warren Boomer, and the safeties are manned by Braden Pagan and Bannon Hill. Now we've got Nico Miller is going to be kicking off for North Myrtle Beach. That's going to be right to left across your television screen. Here comes the Philly Pretzel Factory kickoff. Philly Pretzel Factory pretzels are made to crave.
Smitty, watch this. We watched him in the warm-ups. This guy is going to send it downfield.
Yeah, that is Nico Miller, kickoff specialist for North Myrtle Beach. And as you mentioned, Rodney, we know that he's got a big leg. He sets it down at the left hash from the 40-yard line, spins it right into the end zone. There's a Philly pretzel that spun right over the head of Ethan Rich. Let's go down to the sidelines now and see Steve Hodge along those sidelines.
Hey, we're down here tonight with Brett Branham with Tide Law Firm. Mr. Branham, what do you think about high school football being kicked off tonight?
Are you kidding me? Can you not feel this energy? The band's going. The rain has delayed. There's no better time right now than play little football.
That's right. We want to thank you for sponsoring Friday Night Rivals.
Absolutely.
We appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, brother. Glad to
back upstairs.
Thank you, Steve, and thank you to Brett Branham of Tide Law Firm. And there's a fake to Elijah Owens. Here's Marcus Duke. He slides down right into the arms of Dustin Clement and that North Myrtle Beach front.
You know, Speedy, it's very important that Socastee gets moving fairly quickly because they fell behind last 2 years in the first quarter. So it's important that they get off from the start.
That was first down. It's brought to you by Tidelands Health. Better health begins here. Tidelands Health. You got to look at that healthy front for Socastee. We'll talk more about Elijah Owens in just a moment. Marcus Duke, looks like the ball slipped in and out of his hands. We've got a late flag coming down on the play. So an inauspicious beginning here for Socastee. A little bit sloppy. They didn't look great in the Jamboree offensively. And now they're going to be hurting themselves, stub their toe right out of the gate here at North Myrtle Beach.
This is exactly how they didn't want to start off, Smitty. But these things do happen beginning of the season. They're just getting their feel.
Well, you can't blame Marcus Duke for the way he's handling that wet ball. There's the Mr. Sparky replay. Mr. Sparky, America's on-time electrician. You'll see those replays throughout tonight. Very nice. You see what good camera work we have here.
So, Smitty,
Rivals.
they're at 3rd and 14 now, right off the bat in the first series. Not where they want to be.
Straight drop from Duke. He fires over the middle. Incomplete, and there were a host of Chiefs in the area, so it's going to be a quick 3-and-out for Socastee.
Smitty, these guys, I'll tell you, haven't played at Presbyterian College. These guys are the size we were in college. Well, we're talking decades ago now, but I'm really impressed with the size of both of these clubs.
Indeed. As we mentioned, Socastee bigger on the front here in 2026 than they were in 2025, and Ben Hampton has taken over that position as the head coach for Socastee. And now you're going to see Zach Englehart, who will handle all of the kicking and punting duties for Socastee. He takes the field. Socastee's trying to run a gunner on late, and we'll see if they're going to give them any grace. No, they will not. There's going to be another flag, and Socastee's got 2 penalties in the first 4 plays.
North Myrtle Beach sure to have great field position here, and this plays into the past 2 meetings.
So it's 4th and 19 for Socastee, and that's Reb Stevenson who's going to set his heels at the Braves' 45-yard line. He's going to instruct his teammates to get away from it, and as you said, Rodney, it's going to be fantastic field position for North Myrtle Beach. Now, there's a scrum for it, but I think Socastee touched it first. Chiefs are going to take a snap here.
Yeah, I think they retain possession on that. You can see the nerves already in this first game, Smitty, with the penalties and almost turnovers.
Absolutely, and Socastee the victim. And right now we'll see if North Myrtle Beach can capitalize on this good field position. So we'll see which of the 2 quarterbacks comes out for North Myrtle Beach. They will play 2 tonight. 2 sophomores, Mason Walker and Evan Barrett, are going to take plenty of snaps. This looks like it's going to be Mason Walker who's going to take over. And as we said, this is the catbird seat for North Myrtle Beach. Trips to the left of Walker, and they're going to set up shop at the Socastee 28-yard line. There's a give, and they're going to try the left side of Socastee's line. Short gain there for John Evans. It's going to bring up 2nd down and long.
Socastee's going to have to bow their backs here. They do not want to score on this first possession. Be too much of a reminder of the 2 years gone past. This is really important here, I feel.
2nd down and 7. 3 receivers to Walker's left. That's the wide side of the field. Now for Socastee's defense, you're going to watch the pass rush of Evan Floyd. That's number 11.
That's a stud that caught our eye immediately.
There's another carry for Evans. This one's going nowhere. Nice job there from the Socastee front. Here's a Mr. Sparky replay, America's on-time electrician. Looks like Socastee was in the North Myrtle Beach huddle that time, saw it coming.
Critical defensive stance here.
So 3rd down and long for North Myrtle Beach. 2 receivers each way for Walker. Straight drop. He'll spin it over the middle. That pass is caught. Good for a 1st down conversion. Cradled right in the arms of Justin Brown, sophomore receiver. So the Chiefs advance to the red zone. It's the Coker College red zone. From the red zone to the real world, Robeson Community College gets you there. First trip to the red zone for either team. There's another give to Evans. Evans dances his way past the line of scrimmage, but not much more. It's going to bring up 2nd down and long just outside the 10.
Yeah, good grind play there.
So 2nd down and 7 for the Chiefs. This is the initial drive for North Myrtle Beach. First home game of the season. Another give to Evans. Tries to pick his way forward, but again, Socastee's defense is right there. So they've diagnosed that well so far, Rodney.
Yeah, I feel like they're playing quite well. They're both their backs. They know the mission that they've got to stop them on this first drive. I'm sure that was cemented in their head all week, and so far they're stepping up to the task.
So 3rd down and 5, there's a good look at Evan Floyd. That's what Mason Walker is going to be staring down right now. 3rd and 5, out of the pistol formation. Walker rolls to his right, fires. That pass is in and out of the arms of Brown. Incomplete. It's going to bring up 4th down and a decision now for North Myrtle Beach head coach Perry Woolbright. Here's that Mr. Sparky replay. Play action fake from Walker. He rolls to his right. And I'm sorry, that was in and out of the hands of Max Dunn.
Well, I think the defensive player got his attention a little bit. That was our first hello gift wrap Christmas present in the form of a hit.
You're right in his mustache. Here's Nico Miller on for the field goal. See if North Myrtle Beach can get on the board. Whistles are going to stop play. Movement at the line of scrimmage for both teams. And it's going to be a timeout taken by North Myrtle Beach. Perry Woolbright didn't like something. So we're going to get to our first break tonight. We'll come back and see if North Myrtle Beach can break this scoreless tie. This is HTC Friday Night Rivals, powered by Mr. Sparky. As we return to action here on HTC Friday Night Rivals, powered by Mr. Sparky. Sure enough, Nico Miller knocked it down. 3-0 lead for North Myrtle Beach. Just a chip shot for Miller.
You know, so early to predict this in the year, but I think you're going to see that guy on Saturdays with that foot. Just so impressed in the warm-ups and that there. Smitty, that was a win for the defense to just come up with 3 points with the field position that they inherited on that play. So I think that was a win for Socastee in this scenario.
Well, that short punt really cost Socastee, certainly cost them 3 points there. The defense played well, but the special teams gave up some of that yardage.
Yeah, that was a 7-play, 28-yard drive, ending with a 26-yard field goal. That'll work for North Myrtle Beach.
8:04 left to play, opening quarter. Miller tees it up, left hash at the 40-yard line here from the Hank Stadium in Little River. And he's 2 for 2, yet another touchback. So Socastee's going to take over after the touchback. We'll again see that Braves offense out there. They didn't establish Elijah Owens, the sophomore sensation, the way we thought they might, Rodney. I think they're going to turn to the run game here.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. They can count on getting this field position every time they score. This kid, I mean, it's out of the end zone. Not in the end zone, out of the end zone. This young man, kid don't kick like that.
So the ball set up between the hashes at the 20-yard line. Here's that sophomore, Marcus Duke, back out to lead the Braves offense. You see Elijah Owens in his hip pocket there in the backfield. Duke has trouble with the snap, but does get the handoff to Owens. He crashes through a couple of yellow shirts, picks up 5 yards, mostly on his own.
We're seeing still some expected nerves early on in this game. That was a couple mishandles we've seen already.
Here comes a Mr. Sparky replay. We're going to get a look to see. Here's the physicality of Elijah Owens coming right into your living room. You see what it's going to be like tackling him all night. If he gets 25 carries, he's going to break a lot of tackles tonight. 2nd down and 5. North Myrtle Beach is all over it this time. They meet Elijah Owens in the backfield. Give Matt Sadler a lot of credit there. He came in unblocked and wasn't fooled at all.
I assure you, this guy here was on the scouting report. They're going to try to load him up, and you saw the anticipation from the linebackers.
So now 3rd down and 6. Duke and Owens in the backfield. 3 receivers out there for Socastee. Braves need the 30-yard line for a first down. Here's pressure for Duke. He's able to spin away from it. He's going to try to pick it up with his legs, and he does. There is a first down. That is the first time Socastee has moved the chains tonight. Here comes the Mr. Sparky replay, Rodney. And there is Duke, as you see, gets past that initial wave of tacklers. Maybe something we see a little bit more often tonight because North Myrtle Beach's secondary has really had the receivers well covered.
Yeah, indeed. The quarterback showed a lot of great composure there that time there.
That first down presented by Tidelands Health. Better health begins here. Tidelands Health. Duke gets the shotgun snap, but will again hand to Owens. Owens has a little running room this time, always falling forward, this time out close to the 39-yard line. That's about a 5-yard pickup for Owens, and again, he did most of it on his own.
This is a downhill runner right here. I think I'd give it to him 3 downs out of 4 in every series.
He is a downhill runner. If you don't know, Rodney Berry, who is our analyst tonight, played linebacker at Presbyterian College. And so he doesn't like to see this. He doesn't like to see these linebackers run over by Elijah Owens. He's always pulling for the linebacker.
We got to meet him in the hole, Smitty.
Meet him in the hole. That's right, before he gets going. Here's Duke with another shotgun snap. Play action this time. Fires over the middle. Incomplete. And here comes a flag.
Yeah, I think he got there a little early, perhaps.
That flag is going to be called against junior Braden Pagan, who was trying to cover Ethan Rich. Ethan Rich, one of the security blankets for Marcus Duke. He's got 3 seniors out there on the outside. So that pass interference is going to move the ball up into North Myrtle Beach territory. So for the first time tonight, the Braves are going to be taking a snap in plus territory.
It's so important for them to keep that time of possession.
Absolutely. So that's what you think they want to do, right, Rodney, is get the ball to Elijah Owens and then keep North Myrtle Beach on the sideline.
Extend the game by running the big back there.
So 5:22 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Duke, straight drop. Little pump fake. Now he throws it near sideline. That pass is caught. Nice connection there for Socastee. That's another first down presented by Tidelands Health. Back-to-back. Better health begins here. Tidelands Health. We'll get a better look at it here on the replay. Little pump fake, and then this is well thrown to the near sideline.
That was nice execution there. And to the point we made earlier, versatile folks on the peripheral that can make big plays.
Here's Owens, met in the backfield. That's Dustin Clement. First time we've called his name, and Rodney, it won't be the last.
Now that's the way you do it. Meet him in the hole, brother. That's what it's all. That's high school football at its finest right there. He squared up and delivered the blow. Looking at about a 2nd and 13 there, Smitty.
So now it's going to be 2nd down and long for the Braves. Inexperienced at quarterback, but Marcus Duke has made a couple of nice throws. That last completion went to Floyd, his first catch of the game. Here's Owens, gets ahead of steam now. Looks like he's able to get inside the 30-yard line, but I saw a flag come in late.
I think perhaps holding on this.
That's another thing. Rodney Berry, being a former linebacker, he always says holding under his breath at every play. Good run. It must have been a hold somewhere.
It's kind of like begging, really, is
yeah.
What it amounts to.
Well, let's see what it is. We're going to get a close look now.
Otherwise, they couldn't make that yardage. Offense can't make that yardage without.
That's right. And it is holding against the offense. So it's going to march Socastee back close to midfield.
Smitty, how about this crowd here? Despite, I think we've got a replay coming.
Here's a replay, and you see Owens gets out on the perimeter. Now, I'm an offensive guy, Rodney. I didn't see anything. There's nothing wrong with that.
This is what they did want, 2nd and 23.
You're right, Rodney. So now Socastee behind the chains. We'll see what they dial up. New offensive coordinator Luke Little. We'll talk about that in a moment. There's Duke firing near sideline. Pass is complete back near the original line of scrimmage.
You know, this timing, and I think this is where the 7-on-7 plays dividends in a game like this. That was a precise route, and the timing was impeccable.
Here's the Mr. Sparky replay. You're right. Just as Floyd comes out of his break, that's B.J. Floyd coming back, making the grab on the short side of the field.
Smitty, did we get confirmation that the clock's running now?
Yes, we should.
Okay.
We should talk about that. There's 4:10 left to play in the first quarter. There's Duke firing it over the middle, post pattern incomplete. The official decides to swallow the flag on that one. But, yes, we were told prior to the game that we were going to have a running clock, but that has not been the case because with 4:01, it stopped on the incomplete pass. Here's that incomplete pass on the Mr. Sparky replay.
We're 4th and 15, and I think they're giving a lot of here comes the punt now. I think for a moment they thought about taking advantage of this field position.
So coming on to punt for Socastee, it's going to be Zach Engelhard. Rio Stevenson is going to go back deep. He's going to await the punt at his 10-yard line. He's going to let it hop, and it will roll into the end zone. North Myrtle Beach is going to start their next drive at the 20-yard line with a 3-0 lead here on HTC Friday Night Rivals, powered by Mr. Sparky. As we come back to action here at North Myrtle Beach, the Chiefs face a 2nd down and 11. Evan Floyd came up big from his defensive end spot and forced a loss on 1st and 10. And so now there's a missed interception, Rodney. And you see the push-ups. That's self-induced punishment there. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and long for the Chiefs.
I think I'd hold off on those push-ups. You know, it's hot out there, humid. It's first game of the year. Reserve some of that energy. I like the the whole pretense of it, but save that energy.
So now you've got a young quarterback for North Myrtle Beach facing 3rd and long. It's Mason Walker who's gone the whole way. Perry Woolbright had told us that Evan Barrett was also going to get time at quarterback. Now we've got a draw play, and that is John Evans on the draw out to the 34-yard line. It's a 1st and 10 for North Myrtle Beach.
We got a flag on the far end. Not sure what that is, but I think they're going to bring this back.
That may short circuit the Tidelands Health first down. Let's just hang on. Hold up on that car wash.
What a creative play that was. Well executed.
Well, that's Perry Woolbright, head coach for North Myrtle Beach. He does call all the plays. He has called all the plays on every team he's been on the staff, whether he's been on the staff as an offensive assistant or whether he's been the head coach. Perry Woolbright, he brings his playbook wherever he goes. That penalty is refused. So, hey, let's go ahead. It is a Tidelands Health first down for North Myrtle Beach. Better health begins here. Tidelands Health. Here's a look at that well-designed play, Rodney. And there it is, almost a Statue of Liberty look getting it to Evans.
And there's one of those athletes that can hit the corner and he can go.
Yeah.
Change the game.
Makes it easy to play calls when you have athletes like John Evans. He's gone the whole way at tailback. Here's Walker. Quick game now on the far sideline. That pass is caught out there by Anthony Semino, but he's met almost immediately, so just a short gain on the play.
Yeah, utilizing that players on the perimeter, but you know as well as I do, that opens up that run game in the middle. So very strategic.
That's right. That's something to set things up for later. So I say short gain. That's a pickup of 2 for the Chiefs. There's a good look at Walker. Sophomore signal caller for North Myrtle Beach. Again, he's gone the whole way. Late first quarter. Give there to Evans. Evans seeks a little space on the short side, but Socastee's linebackers crash. That's a very short gain, if anything.
Yeah, I think the defense is well prepared here. They've showed that they can stop this run attack. So North Myrtle Beach may have to rely on the outside. 3rd and 6.
That is a favorable spot. 2-yard pickup for Evans in North Myrtle Beach. So now it's 3rd down and 6. Chiefs are scrimmaging from the 37-yard line on their own side of the field, holding a 3-0 lead. Straight drop for Walker. He's going to fire over the middle. He's got his man. Oh, it's incomplete. Looked like it was going to be a really nice hookup to Rio Stevenson. Stevenson elevated. He was in traffic, didn't come down with it.
Yeah, that was another very precise pass that maybe should have been caught, but he was in traffic. This is what North Myrtle Beach.
Going to give Matthew Ward some credit there, Rodney. He knocked it away there at the last moment.
Remain loyal to my defense.
That's right. That's right. It was a good defensive play. So it brings up 4th down. Here's Nico Miller in punt formation for North Myrtle Beach. Whistles are going to stop play, and it's a timeout. Socastee's taking a timeout, so we will take a timeout as well. We'll come back with that 4th down play when we return. HTC Friday Night Rivals powered by Mr. Sparky. Long punt from Nico Miller. 51 yards, no return. That flips the field, so Socastee will take over, trailing 3-0 inside their own 15.
Even though they're trailing, I feel like 3-0 with a minute 27 in the first quarter, they've got to feel pretty good about this, particularly how the games
Are we hooked up
in
to go
recent
down to
years
Steve at all?
have gone.
So here's Duke with a straight drop. Fires out. Quick game there for Socastee, trying to neutralize that pass rush from Dustin Clement and company. 2-yard pickup brings up 2nd down and 8.
Preliminary conversations that we had, Smitty, we thought these were pretty even teams. I think some people might have gave the edge to North Myrtle Beach, but they look like they're very comparable in play.
Yeah, hanging tough. Here's a give to Owens, and right now, North Myrtle Beach is winning at the line of scrimmage. That's another loss. That's Matt Sadler coming up from his defensive end spot, making the play. And Sadler, you mentioned it, Rodney. That's good scouting, right? No hesitation.
No question, no question. He probably saw the way the lineup was.
And the ball just hits Duke right in the face mask. And so on a crucial 3rd down, Socastee's not even going to get a playoff. It's a botched play, and we're going to close out the first quarter with either a long walk or they're going to get a punt off. And here it is, 3rd down and long. And so it's 3rd down and 9, and that's going to be 4th and 12. Duke was calling out instructions to the receivers, and for some reason he and Yoshi Spiegel, the center, were not on the same page.
So far, if you could recall one play in this first quarter, that would have been the play that they would want to recall. That was a critical mistake. And again, early in the season, you're going to have these things, but as much as you can prevent it, can tell the tell of the game.
Absolutely. That was week 1 encapsulated. So they're going to take that long walk. That is the end of the first quarter here from the Hank in Little River, home of the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs. And right now the Chiefs are in charge 3-0. Let's go down to the sideline with Steve Hodge. We're going to catch up with Steve in just a few minutes. We're going to catch up with him in just a few minutes. I want to get his thoughts overall in the first quarter. So 3-0 lead. North Myrtle Beach obviously gets the short field goal from Nico Miller, Rodney. So overall, if you were scoring it like a fight, what did you see? Who wins round 1? Not just the score, but how does Socastee kind of hang in there and parry some of these jabs they're getting?
So although the Chiefs have the edge on the scoreboard, I'd have to say we're at a draw at this point. Neither has been able to really execute the way I think they wanted to, but I think that'll come. Again, we're early in the season with the jitters.
So we've got some first quarter stats here, Rodney. What can you tell us? What do the stat sheet tell you?
Okay, we've got rushing yards by Socastee, 10, passing 25. North Myrtle Beach, very similar, 26 rushing, 11 passes. So they are kind of identical. They're mirroring each other at this point.
So Socastee on to punt. That's going to be Zach Englehart coming on for the second time tonight. Socastee's got a procedural penalty, so they're not making things easy on themselves right now, and they're going to give up golden field position again, which is exactly where we were in the first quarter. That's a Mr. Sparky replay. Everybody can replay that in their heads because a short punt from deep in their own end zone is exactly what led to the Chiefs' points. Here's Robeson on the return, and then he's eventually gang tackled, but he's advanced it inside the 25-yard line, maybe the 24. So once again, just a golden opportunity for North Myrtle Beach to put points on the board.
So North Myrtle Beach has enjoyed much better field position than the Braves at this juncture.
I can tell you this, just an assessment from Steve down on the sideline, Coach Steve Hodge. He said they look like there's some opening game jitters, and he says maybe the weather delay didn't help when it comes to that.
I concur with all that.
So here's Walker. I'm sorry, they have changed quarterbacks, and it's a little slip screen. It's going to be close to first down yardage inside the 15, right at the line to gain. That is now Evan Barrett with that quick pass, and here's the Mr. Sparky replay. North Myrtle Beach right back in the red zone. That's Jaden Chestnut catching the quick pass and advancing it there, getting in the red zone. That is your HTC replay. Oh, it looks like a trick play.
So they're doing exactly what we anticipated. They're hitting the flanks outside and then coming right back up to the middle, trying to keep the defense off balance. It really was a nice defensive play.
Yeah, that HTC replay. And again, that gets inside the red zone. HTC, this is life. Connect with it. Our replays in the second quarter brought to you by HTC. So now here's Evan Barrett taking those snaps. In the Coker College red zone, from the red zone to the real world, Robeson Community College gets you there. So that red zone snap coming to Evan Barrett. He's flanked by Evans. Evans going to get the fake, and there's Barrett looking to get to the perimeter, but he won't make it, Rodney.
Yeah, that was great closing speed. Really impressed with that reaction and speed on the defender there.
That was Noah Slade tracking him down. Here's that HTC replay. So you see a little trickery. Barrett had hoped to get to the edge. Slade beats him there. He ate that angle up, Rodney. What do you linebackers call that? Was that scraping? What were you doing?
There you go. I'm impressed from the old baseball player there.
All right. Here's a carry. Yeah, bounces it to the outside, and North Myrtle Beach is threatening now, not only in the red zone, inside the 5-yard line. First time we've seen Warren Broomer carry the football tonight. Here's HTC replay. Running right behind his H-back, Max Dunn, slips a tackle, and then gets it inside the 4-yard line, maybe the 3. It's going to be first and goal for the Chiefs. Chiefs looking to fatten a 3-0 lead. They're going to keep Broomer in there. Broomer gets the carry between the tackles to the goal line. We're waiting for a signal. He stops short.
Just short, Smitty.
North Myrtle Beach, no hesitation. Coach Woolbright calls for his club to get right back on the line. I wouldn't be surprised if they go right back to Broomer. And there's Broomer. No. This time Barrett keeps it, and we've got a flag. Could be procedural because of how much North Myrtle Beach was trying to hurry.
And this is critical here. These are the mistakes that you really want to avoid. This drives seasoned coaches, like on both sides of the ball here, it drives them nuts, man. This is what they preach on.
It's the Chiefs threatening early in the second quarter. It's actually offsides against Socastee. That penalty is refused, and it's a touchdown for North Myrtle Beach. So 3-0 becomes 9-0. We've got our first touchdown of the game. Extra point coming up.
And this is starting to mirror of games gone by past, but I'm still not convinced that North Myrtle Beach will run away with this. I think Socastee is showing some real fight early on. I think we'll have a competitive game throughout the entire 4 quarters.
That point after touchdown is good. So your new score is North Myrtle Beach 10, Socastee nothing. Here's that HTC replay, and we've got a Coker touchdown. Coker University, go where you can grow. Coker University.
So, Smitty, that was a 6-play drive, 24 yards, ending with a 3-yard touchdown run, covering 2 minutes and 29 seconds. So, impressive.
So twice, North Myrtle Beach has started in plus territory. It's led to 10 points. First, the Nico Miller 26-yard field goal, and now the touchdown run, the short one from Evan Barrett. So, look, the coaches used to tell you, what do you want? You block, tackle, don't commit penalties, win field position. It really works.
Absolutely. The basics, that's what wins football games.
Here's a Philly Pretzel Factory kickoff. Nico Miller tees it up from the 40-yard line on the left hash. And so far, Nico Miller has showed off his leg. He's 2 for 2 with touchbacks. See if he can make it 3 for 3. Philly Pretzel Factory pretzels are made to crave.
Watch this ball fly. It's going to be a little shorter this time. It got a chance for a run back.
Sure does. And it's a
this
good one.
Oh!
And the ball's loose outside the 30-yard line, and the Chiefs are on it. That was a long kickoff from Marcus Brown, who got to touch it for the first time tonight. Got a flag dumped in on top of the play, so we'll have to sort it all out. But that was Marcus Brown, who Coach Ben Hampton had talked about all offseason, how excited he is to get Marcus Brown some touches, his first varsity action tonight. And he was electric right up until the end of the play.
Well, the seas parted on that. I mean, it was wide open. You could tell he had the speed to make it, and then hold on to the football.
Couldn't quite finish the play. So it looks like Socastee's defense is right back out there, already trailing 10-0, and it's been mistakes that have marked the early part of this ball game. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Braves following the play. Here's your HTC replay, and you see Marcus Brown get his hands on it. He's a long strider. Ball comes right out of his hands, however, at the end of the play. And now after that penalty, North Myrtle Beach is once again, for the third time tonight, Rodney, going to be set up. They might be right there on the cusp, if not inside the red zone.
They're in the red zone, Smitty. They're operating first down in the red zone.
Here it comes, Coker College red zone for North Myrtle Beach. They've been here twice before. It's led to 10 points. From the red zone to the real world, Robeson Community College gets you there. So here's Evan Barrett. He engineered that touchdown drive. He's right back in there. Fires, far sideline, out of bounds, incomplete. I'm laughing at the reaction. Rio Stevenson wanted the touchdown, but the pass, I believe, Rodney, we'll see here on the HTC replay, leads Robeson just out of bounds.
He ran out of real estate. Just not enough real estate there. But the throw was on the money. Just got to stay within the lines.
Got to keep it in the lines. As Rodney knows, former linebacker, that's the 12th defender. Although he liked to use the back judge as the 12th defender. Here's that same play. Here's Evans, and he's going to be hog-tied down. That's going to be a horse collar penalty inside the 10-yard line. So there's that, like, Statue of Liberty type draw play. Evans gets the ball, but you'll see here on the HTC replay, he's taken down with a horse collar right at the end of the play. That's going to be a half the distance penalty. And it's going to be inside the 5-yard line when North Myrtle Beach scrimmages.
But look at the jets on that kid,
yeah.
Man. Gosh, that was explosive.
Yeah. North Myrtle Beach absolutely has some athletes. There you go. You see the scoreboard, and it's not in favor of Socastee right now. This is starting to get away from them. So first and goal for the Chiefs. And it's been all about field position.
Absolutely. And the Chiefs have been the benefactor of that.
Max Dunn with a block on right edge. Hand off to Evans. Chiefs push the pile forward. No signal.
That was a late flag there, so I'm inclined to think maybe it was a personal foul of some sort.
Late flag. Now, Floyd comes away with the ball for Socastee. That's Evan Floyd, but it appears that the play was going to be ruled dead, and North Myrtle Beach is going to retain possession, and then we're going to sort out the penalty.
How about this crowd, Smitty? Despite the weather, these folks have showed up. Maybe a little late, but the stands are Are full.
Absolutely.
On both sides.
Everybody's ready for week one. So that's a sideline warning against North Myrtle Beach.
Smitty, well, we got just a second. People know you from all around. But how about a little introduction of yourself to our PD and Coastal folks?
Well, this play comes up short here on our HTC replay. Yeah, Rodney, so you were on the broadcast last year. I have spent a long time in covering football at the high school and college level in the upstate, and then with the Sports Talk Media Network statewide. Now here in the lower part of the state, kind of back to where I grew up working with the Four Quarter Friday and fourquarterfriday.com, and I'm happy to be here, part of the Friday Night Rivals team. So it's a second down and goal now for North Myrtle Beach. Barrett is going to get last-moment instructions from Perry Woolbright. Here's the give to Evans. He cuts it back, and he's in the paint. That's pay dirt for North Myrtle, and it's a 16-0 lead. There is a Coker University touchdown for the Chiefs.
So very impressed with that offensive line. They made a hole there. I think we got a replay, and you can see the pulling flanker is what I'll call him, along with the offside guard, and that they led the way. Nice play.
So that Coker University touchdown for John Evans. He's been impressive. North Myrtle Beach has been impressive. And at the end of it all, it's 17-0 Chiefs midway through the second quarter.
Yeah, we might retrieve a ball from the waterway with this kicker here, man. This guy's got a foot. I'm impressed with him. Speaking on that drive, they went 5 plays, 17 yards, 5-yard touchdown. But again, they're starting with just phenomenal field position. The scoring percentages go up tremendously with the kind of field position they've had in this game.
Absolutely. Socastee, as you say, you look at the scoreboard, it's 17-0 North Myrtle Beach, but frankly, if you're in that Braves huddle, what you're talking about is stop shooting yourself in the foot, because this has been all about Braves mistakes as well as execution from North Myrtle Beach.
100%. These teams are much more equally matched. What I've seen so far, it all comes down to the mistakes that we've seen, the turnovers, and that's cliche in football. It determines games, especially in evenly matched teams.
There's no question. So here's Nico Miller, again, sets it up on the left hash. 2 of his 3 kicks have gone in the end zone. This one is short. It's going to be taken on a hop at the 19-yard line and advance just past the 26. So it's going to be a 1st and 10 for Socastee. First down presented by Myrtle Beach Hyundai. Myrtle Beach Hyundai, remember, no games, no gimmicks, just good deals at Myrtle Beach Hyundai.
This is their first series in the second quarter. They've got to control the ball better in this if they've got any chance. This is a critical series for the Braves.
You're right, Rodney. This is it. Because, as you pointed out, this is the first offensive series because of that special teams mishap. So here's Duke, straight drop, under a little bit of pressure. Now a lot of pressure, and he's going to escape it. Evades one rusher and then a second. Gets it out to the 29-yard line, maybe the 28.
Smitty, this has come more critical with the clock now continuously running, down 17-0. There's no time to waste now. They've got to work with some urgency at this point.
You see North Myrtle and those defensive ends pinning their ears back, getting upfield. Duke was under pressure almost right away. Here's Owens. He runs through one tackle, and then we
got a face mask.
May have gotten a face mask in there. I mean, clearly it was a face mask, and there's the penalty flag. So Owens is going to get about 3 yards on the run and then 15 yards on top of that. It's going to get the ball out close to midfield.
Smitty, if you watch these offensive linemen, little keys, if they're back on their haunches, most likely a pass play. If they're leaning forward, that's a running play. There's so many things that you can glean by watching those offensive linemen.
So that's a 5-yard, the 5-yard variety, it looks like, with that face mask. Here's Owens with another carry. Gets past one would-be tackler in the backfield, but then he is snowed under by some yellow shirts there just short of the 40-yard line on that first down run. Again, that first down brought to you by Myrtle Beach Hyundai. 2 yards that time for Owens, Rodney. I think he did it all on his own.
He did, and he's capable. He's a horse. Maybe another one we see on Saturdays.
Give him some time. He's just a sophomore.
Really?
Just a sophomore.
That. Wow.
Straight drop for Duke this time. Now he's going to climb the pocket, run it himself out past the 45, close to the midfield stripe. That's going to move the chains. There's another Myrtle Beach Hyundai first down. Remember, no games, no gimmicks, just good deals at Myrtle Beach Hyundai. So 1st and 10. Here's an HTC replay of Marcus Duke kind of feeling that pressure this time, Rodney.
But he is showing some composure there. You know, he looked, I think he took his second read and took off. So he's showing a little bit of savviness as a quarterback. So the guy's a sophomore.
Just a sophomore. Sophomore backfield for both of the starters for Socastee. And this time a misfire from Duke. That pass was thrown in the direction of Ethan Rich, but incomplete. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, he didn't he didn't anticipate that pass on that one. I think that was a little mix-up because he wasn't even looking when the ball arrived. A little miscommunication there.
Here's a good look. Yeah, that miscommunication on the HTC replay.
See, he already turned, prepared to block. Good replay, guys.
2nd down and 10. Socastee just on its side of the 50-yard line. Duke fires off his back foot. That pass is complete. Paul Livingston makes the grab. There's a Myrtle Beach Hyundai first down.
And that's a name that I anticipated we'd hear quite often, just gleaning what I could. And this is a player here, too. This is a stud here. He's got the size, the speed, the hands.
There it is. Long strider. Look at him come back and snare the ball. Quick snap there from Socastee. They're short of the 30-yard line.
Okay, he ran that like he was angry. And I love it. It's okay to be a little angry on the gridiron.
Inside the line. So 6-yard pickup for Owens. So that's 2nd down and 4 for Socastee. Rodney, you've said a couple of times this is crucial. Clock's rolling. About 5 minutes to play before halftime. Socastee must get points here.
Gotta. This is maybe a do or die here. I mean, strange things happen on the gridiron, but this to me could be do or die.
Don't want to be blanked in the first half. Pistol formation this time. Duke off his back foot fires near sideline. Livingston can't fight his way free. That's good coverage that time from Rio Stevenson.
I'm guessing just from a visual, there's about a 7-inch height difference there. That was so well played by that corner there. Yeah, there's every bit of 5, 6, 7-inch difference in the height there.
So it brings up 3rd down and 4 for Socastee. Ball sits at the 31-yard line, left hash. We're under 5 minutes to play in the first half here on Friday Night Rivals. H-back shifts from right to left, and Duke is going to get some instructions from the sideline. And it's an audible called by Luke Little. It's a pitch to Owens, and he's met in the backfield. Never had a chance. That is, looks like that's Jamirus Skeeter, who was there to meet Owens just as he caught the pitch.
He delivered a little gift wrap present on that one. Nice hit. A big back, too. Guys.
So now 4th down and 7. Socastee has a decision to make. I don't think it's a hard one, Rodney.
I don't either.
You think you go for it?
You got to go for it here. With the clock, if the clock wasn't continuously running, there's a decision to make. With the clock continuously running, there's no decision to make here. Of course, I've never got paid for coaching.
Easy to call it from up here.
Yeah.
You won't get fired for being wrong, but I think I agree with you. I tend to agree here that Socastee must get points. 4:30 left to play before halftime. Braves are trailing 17-0. All 3 North Myrtle Beach scoring drives started in Braves territory. You had a 26-yard field goal from Nico Miller, and then the last 2 touchdowns, the Coker touchdowns, were short run plays that came off of relatively short punts or penalties against Socastee special teams. So Socastee will go for it. They're going to line up to go for it. 4th down and 7. Duke back out there. Ball sits on the left hash. And Paul Livingston, who you've talked about quite a bit, is going to show up on the near side of your screen in tandem with another senior, Ethan Rich.
And I can tell you it's probably who you want to follow. That's their go-to, and have every idea that the ball might get thrown in his direction on this play.
So 4th down and 7. This is pivotal. That's Duke behind center. He's got the snap. Under pressure, fires. He's got a man, but incomplete. Ethan Rich broke open over the top on a post pattern, and North Myrtle Beach went with what I think might have been a zero coverage. Really nobody deep, Rodney.
Yeah, there wasn't, and he was open, but I got to tell you, it was a lot of pressure on the quarterback. Matter of fact, he got smacked immediately after that play, so he was very much rushed on that one.
So North Myrtle Beach will take over. We said Socastee had to get points there. They didn't, and now North Myrtle Beach has an opportunity to twist it a little bit, make it hurt, already leading 17-0. We mentioned those 2 Coker University touchdowns. And now we've got Mason Walker, who started the game, back out there as signal caller for the Chiefs. 2 receivers to either side. Walker, straight drop, fires over the middle. It's a little high, incomplete.
Yeah, I think they were going to try to put the foot on the throat. You know, they could grind it out, but I think they were going for it there. If they score here, again, with the time, not to sound like a broken record, but with the time condensed running, that's become a big part of this ball game now.
So 2nd down and 10 now for the Chiefs. That's Walker. He's going to be flanked by John Evans in the backfield. See Justin Brown shuffling near sideline here. We haven't called Teron Scott's name. That's number 11 near the top of your screen. Talk more about him in a moment. There's Walker rolling to his left. Fires incomplete. So now 3rd down and 10. And Teron Scott is a player that really showed out in the Jamboree setting, the CMB Kickoff Classic from Brooks Stadium at Coastal Carolina, catching a long touchdown pass against Coastal Carolina. But so far, he's been under wraps here against this Socastee secondary.
So the clock is not continuously running. Have you noticed that?
Yes, it's not continu. We were told the clock was going to be continuously running. That has not been the case tonight. So we've got movement up front. Looks like Floyd may have jumped for Socastee, and that's going to be 5 yards the freeway for North Myrtle.
3rd and 5 is a lot different than 3rd and 10. Again, the mistakes are just, they weigh so heavy on a ball game like this.
So now that, as you said, that changes the calculus for Perry Woolbright and that North Myrtle Beach team. Really opens up the playbook on 3rd down and 5. Snap coming to the sophomore, Mason Walker.
Got an audible.
He's going to switch Evans. See if that audible was for a run or a pass. What did they see from the sideline? And it's a fumble. Bad snap. We're certain that wasn't the call. Socastee says they've got it, and the officials agree. So Socastee needed a turnover, needed a big play, and they get it. Here's the HTC replay. It comes on a botch, mishandled snap. The ball goes to the turf, and I think I was going to say Floyd came up with it, but it looks like first on the scene was number 12 for Socastee, Landon McKee. That's a senior linebacker for the Braves. So now Socastee has a chance to make amends after all the mistakes they've made. North Myrtle Beach gift wraps one. Here's a 1st down play, and it looks like North Myrtle Beach has jumped off sides. That's exactly what happened. So instead of 1st and 10, it's going to be 1st and 5. This is a Myrtle Beach Hyundai first down. Myrtle Beach Hyundai, remember, no games, no gimmicks, just good deals at Myrtle Beach Hyundai. Here's that replay. Everybody's moving on both sides. The officials didn't like the initial flinch there from North Myrtle Beach, so Socastee the beneficiary. Here's Owens, lowers his pads, just hasn't had a lot of running room.
No, but count all the yellow jerseys around there. I mean, it takes a clan to bring that cat down.
Yeah, right now, Rodney, I think we'd have to say with North Myrtle Beach leading 17-0, the factors that have led to that have been field position and the fact that that Chiefs front has beaten the Braves front tonight.
I would concur with that.
So here's Duke out of the gun. 2 receivers to his left. He's going to roll to his right. He's under pressure. He fires. Back foot. Incomplete. Nobody home. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 5. But, of course, we already know in plus territory.
You got 2 downs.
Yeah, you're in 4 down territory for sure.
With the time remaining, I don't know if I don't ground this on out at this point. 2 plays to get, 5 yards.
You think you'd go back to Owens, the bell cow?
I absolutely would. The sophomore.
The sophomore, that's right.
I've got to, not that the professional you are, not that I don't believe you, but I got to double check that one. That cat's too big to be
Yeah, you haven't seen a lot of 235-pound sophomores, huh? And he trimmed down in the offseason.
Oh, really?
He was bigger as a freshman.
Wow. Did he get some playing time last year?
He did at the tail end of the season. Owens came up and was a part of the reason Socastee was able to make the playoffs. 3 straight 100-yard performances to close the season as a freshman.
Wow.
And there's a penalty that's going to back Socastee up. And again, just stubbing their toe time and again. So instead of 1st and 5, it's now 3rd and 10.
It's eliminated some play calling. It's kind of narrowed the play calling now. You pretty much got to put it in the air.
So here's sophomore Marcus Duke. Gets the snap, sets his feet, has time this time, but fires incomplete over the middle. That pass was intended for Marcus Brown. He was uncovered, but looked like the 2 young players couldn't get together there.
I think the front line has got the quarterback's attention, to be quite frank with you, because he looked a little he's looked poised, but he looked a little jumpy on that one. We got a replay.
Seeing ghosts, right? Here's the HTC replay, and you're right. Yeah. Duke probably had more time than he believed.
Absolutely. Did not have to deliver the ball that quickly.
So now 4th down and 10. Socastee needs to advance the ball all the way to the 28-yard line of North Myrtle Beach, and we've got a stoppage. Looks like Socastee's going to take a timeout. They may think better of going for it on 4th down and instead may opt to punt the football here, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Here comes Zach Englehart out onto the field, so no real stoppage with the timeout. Socastee just wanted to stop the clock with 2:51 to play to get their punter on the field.
But we might see some kind of razzle-dazzle here.
Oh, well, you've had all offseason to work on a fake punt, and nobody would have seen it.
Perfect time right here. You're early in the season, absolutely.
All right, Rodney Berry, he's calling a shot like Babe Ruth in the 1927 World Series. He is calling for a fake punt right here.
I see what you're doing here.
All right, putting the pressure on. It's Rio Stevenson back deep to receive just inside his own 10-yard line for the Chiefs. And Englehart is going to punt it away. End-over-end kick. It's a good one. It's going to spin down inside the 10, maybe to the 7. So that's exactly what he wanted to do. Made that one stick just like a 9-iron inside the 7. Not a Rodney Berry skull shot over the green 9-iron. I'm talking about one that got that pretty backspin.
I'm always looking for my ball in the woods, man. So, that's why the coaches do what they do. Maybe it looks like it, if they can get a stop 3 downs right here, they're still in a great position to score before the first half.
get the ball right back. 2:47 left to play in this first half. Here's a first down presented by Myrtle Beach Hyundai. Myrtle Beach Hyundai, remember, no games, no gimmicks, just good deals at Myrtle Beach Hyundai. Here's that draw play again. I really like that play. We've got a late flag coming in right there where John Evans was brought down outside the 10. Now tell us that from a defensive perspective about how difficult that would be to read, the way the quarterback is going all the way around the tailback.
That misdirection, you're keyed on. A lot of times the linebacker's keyed on either the running back or the guard. I normally take them to the place. When you got the misdirection, it will confuse you, very much so.
Holding against North Myrtle Beach, and this is going to be a decision for Ben Hampton whether he wants to replay the down, take them back, or refuse the penalty and allow North Myrtle just to get that short game, but it looks like they're going to back them up. So it's going to be first down and long. Chiefs are going to be backed up inside their 5-yard line. Looks like the 4.
Submitted added difficulty in that play. I mean, that running back's he's a little small in stature. That's difficult to see over those big linemen when you've got that misdirection.
Absolutely. That's really interesting, the way that play is designed. We will try to ask Perry Woolbright about that at some point, see how long he's had that in his repertoire. So here's, again, a sophomore. Sophomores for both teams. There's Mason Walker. Fakes it this time. That ball is tipped but caught outside the 19 to the 20-yard line. That moves the chains. There's a Myrtle Beach Hyundai first down, and a little good fortune. Living clean, getting a break there for North Myrtle Beach. Let's check out this HTC replay because Mason Walker, after play action, has the ball tipped, and it's caught anyway in advance for a first down.
The linebacker's committed too quick to run on that one.
Here's another long pass. This time nobody's home. Nobody in the zip code really intended for Teron Scott. That's that skinny post, though, from Scott. That was the same play he scored on from 40 yards out against Carolina Forest at the CMB Kickoff Classic. So they went back to the well there, but it looks like it was scouted by Socastee. So second down and 10. Just a tick under 2 minutes for North Myrtle Beach to play with. But one thing we know is Nico Miller has a good leg. So that's a factor here late in the first half. If you have to go for a field goal, Nico Miller handles all the kicking duties for the Chiefs. Because who's going to take his job? There's a screen pass to Justin Brown. Brown with a short gain on the play, and then as Rodney said, there's a flag.
In the vicinity of holding.
Well, the officials are going to talk about it again. North Myrtle Beach in control, 17-0. Illegal formation, it looks like, coming up against the Chiefs. So they're going to back North Myrtle Beach up inside the 20-yard line, all the way back to the 16.
Second and 15.
All right, so second down and 15 now. So there's Walker out of the gun. Balanced formation, 2 receivers either way. Walker has got time, fires near sideline. It's just out of the reach of Jaden Chestnut.
Game of inches.
Game of inches. If that pass is 6 inches closer to Chestnut, he's running. He's still running.
Yeah, had him in stride. Nice pass.
Chestnut broke away, uncovered. They couldn't quite complete it. They probably complete that 10 out of 10 at practice, right?
Okay, we're looking at a big play here.
The lights are on. Third down and 15. So this could work out. Ben Hampton opted to punt. He could get good field position for the Braves if his defense can stand up and get one more stop here on third down and long.
Could prove to be the right decision.
Short pass play. They do get it to Teron Scott. His first catch of the night. He's going to be wrangled down short of first down yardage at the 25. And now we've got extracurriculars out on the far sideline. Looks like one of the linemen for North Myrtle Beach, that's number 74, Michael Jezierski, was getting into it with one of the defenders for Socastee. And it did draw a flag.
So often, though, it's that second gesture that gets caught, and I was unable to see that from my vantage point up here in the booth.
Yeah, Coach Hampton, he's kind of getting into the face mask of Cameron So, his junior linebacker, not wanting him involved in anything because his team had come up with the stop, wanted to get the ball back, so he doesn't want offsetting penalties or anything. He just wants everybody jogging off the field and special teams coming on in this circumstance. And let's see what the officials determine.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be against the Braves here.
Oh,
yeah, they're all moving that way.
That's a killer.
Yeah, very much so.
That is an absolute killer after coming up with a third down stop. Instead, North Myrtle Beach is going to have the ball in Braves territory with 1:21 to play. Rodney, this entire first half has rested on these mistakes.
Mistakes, yeah. And I assure you they're going to go for the jugular here. With 1:21 left here in the second quarter, they're going for the jugular. Because one more score may be too much to overcome.
Incredible. So and
these teams are fairly even matched. I mean,
that's a Myrtle Beach Hyundai first down. Remember, no games, no gimmicks, just good deals at Myrtle Beach Hyundai. It's a short pass play and a good open field tackle.
No more rushes from this point on in the first half, Smitty. That's my prediction.
Okay, 50 seconds to play.
Air this out.
So this is 2nd down and 7, just a 3-yard pickup there. 4 receivers now for Walker. And here's a draw play into the hands of Warren Broomer. Broomer had a touchdown run, a Coker University touchdown run earlier in the game. This time he's shy of first down yardage. They're going to mark him at the 41-yard line of Socastee.
And I'll use a kind word. They just made a fibber out of me.
Yeah, they did. They ran the ball, Rodney. And we've got a timeout on the field on 3rd down and 2. That's what will be facing North Myrtle Beach. Just 32 seconds remaining. Look, we're going to be seeing all of these great teams throughout our area here on Friday Night Rivals all season long. We won't see Socastee again. I feel for Coach Ben Hampton and what he must have gone through, heart pounding out of his chest, seeing a penalty on 3rd down and 15 after a stop. Was it a 4th down?
All the normal jitters you see are taking place. The mistakes are taking place. And, these are well-coached football teams. Both of these coaches have a tremendous resume. They know what they're doing. But, you're still dealing with 15, 16, 17-year-old kids, and it's a lot to ask that first game with all the excitement. They've been beating each other up all summer. Now they get a chance to taste the licks from other folks. So.
Well, that water break may have been for cramps. 3rd down and 2. Rodney's cramped twice up here. But we didn't stop.
Ain't no stopping us, man. No
Let's
pain,
see what
no
this
gain.
stoppage was for. So we had 3rd down and 2, and it looks like could be a delay of game or some sort of procedural penalty against North Myrtle Beach. So now instead of 3rd and 2, it's 3rd down and 7. Now here the Chiefs doing Socastee a favor. What might you dial up here, Rodney?
So I'm putting it in there. I'd like a screen on something like this.
Here's Walker. Sits comfy in the pocket. There's a little screen pass, a little swing pass out to his tailback. He's brought down at the 41, however. That was Evans.
I don't know the timeouts remaining. I haven't done a good job of keeping that up with that.
All right, so 4th down and 3, and there are just 8 seconds remaining. We'll see what Coach Woolbright opts to do here. I think he may – is he going to be Hail Mary time, take one time out?
I think he's taking it to
Well,
the
he's
house.
going to take it to halftime.
Yeah.
He will indeed take it to halftime. So your halftime score is going to be North Myrtle Beach 17, Socastee nothing. We'll take a break. We'll come back with the A&I Fire and Water Restoration halftime report. Again, your score, North Myrtle Beach 17, Socastee nothing. This is HTC Friday Night Rivals, powered by Mr. Sparky.
This is the A&I Fire and Water Restoration Halftime Report.
Our score here at the Hank at North Myrtle Beach. The Chiefs of North Myrtle Beach lead Socastee 17-0. Time now for the A&I Halftime Report. A&I Fire and Water Restoration, making your house home again after disaster strikes. Coming up now for the Benjamin Franklin Scholar Athletes of the Week. Each week we feature 2 scholar athletes, one from each school at the end of the season. Benjamin Franklin, the punctual plumber, will give one scholar athlete a $5,000 scholarship. Here are this week's nominees. There's Rio Stevenson. You can see, look at that, a 3-sport star with a 4.966 GPA. We've already seen Stevenson make some plays tonight as well. We called his name quite a bit, and he is very impressive as a scholar athlete as well, getting it done in the classroom. 3-sport star. And for Socastee, there is Aline Lynn, 5.283 GPA. Also plays on the tennis team. Congratulations to our Scholar Athletes of the Week, presented by Benjamin Franklin, the punctual plumber. We'll take a break. It's halftime. Again, North Myrtle Beach on top of Socastee, 17-0. This is Friday Night Rivals, powered by Mr. Sparky.
Tony, Zach here from Benjamin Franklin Plumbing, who obviously does our Athletes Scholarship Award for Friday Night Rivals. It's been awesome. You've given out so much to so many of these kids. Just talk about, the process and how much fun it is on your side.
It is, and what a great way to do it with Friday Night Rivals, right? Like, we've been picking athletes from all kinds of different sports. It's not just football. It's really about the athletes. We've been doing this now. This is our 6th year of supporting athletes and giving them a check. And our team has a lot of fun going through all of the interview process with the young students and just choosing which one. And it is so hard. We have so many great students from all the way from the beach throughout the PD, and it's always a big challenge to figure out which one's the most deserving.
Todd Setzer joins us now from A&I Restoration. Big season of high school football. It's right here as we speak, but I know it's also some personal news for you in terms of having a senior at home.
It's great. Like I said, from an A&I Fire and Water Restoration perspective, we love Friday night rivals. We love Friday night football. This year, a little more special to start a school season because we have a senior in my house, right? So we got the school starting back, looking at colleges and all the things that come with it. So we're excited not only for our seniors this year, but all of our student athletes. And so for us to be a part of it, we appreciate what y'all do. And so football season is upon us. And so we're really excited and wish all the student athletes really much success on and off the field this year.
And I know you guys have been around a long time, and you guys do a lot of good stuff.
Thank you so much. 50-plus years in the communities. And so if you do need us, 843-448-8485. We're here for you 24/7, 365.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Thank you for all you do for athletics here in the area.
Thank you.
All right.
This is the A&I Fire and Water Restoration Halftime Report.
Every day, teachers make a difference in your child's life. ABC 15 and HTC want to honor them with a Champion of the Classroom Award. Nominate an outstanding teacher today at WPDE.com or scan the QR code on the screen. Each month, ABC 15 will spotlight a deserving teacher, and they will receive a $100 gift card and an HTC prize pack. Tonight on ABC 15, catch all the highlights from our area on the End Zone with sports director Brandon Dunn. The End Zone starts at 11:20 on ABC 15 News. Stick around after the game for CW shows. 10 p.m., Penn and Teller, Fool Us, and at 11 p.m., Totally Funny Animals on the CW 21. Here's our upcoming schedule. So in a fortnight, 2 weeks from now, September 4th, it's Wilson versus Darlington. We'll have that game on the CW 21. Also on the CW 21, Lake City versus Lamar the following week. And September 18th, Myrtle Beach versus West Florence. That one is on ABC 15. Games start at 7 o'clock on the CW 21. But note there, the ABC 15 game is going to start at 7:30. So our score here, North Myrtle Beach, 17, Socastee, nothing. Matt Smith, Rodney Berry with you here on the A&I Fire and Restoration Halftime Report. Rodney, what did you see? What statistics can you give us that tell the story?
So, Smitty, when we came in, I think maybe my innocence was off a bit because we're absent of the offense that I thought we might see. In the first half, North Myrtle Beach could only muster up rushing 64 yards, passing for 49. Socastee even less. Their rush for 36, pass 38. So we've been absent of the offense that we thought we'd see from these versatile athletes here tonight.
Well, we'll see if Socastee can get back in it. Third quarter kickoff is coming up next. This is HTC Friday Night Rivals, powered by Mr. Sparky. This is HTC Friday Night Rivals, powered by Mr. Sparky. We are live from North Myrtle Beach, where the Chiefs are on top of the Socastee Braves, 17-0. North Myrtle Beach is going to get the ball to start the second half. We have got another kickoff coming. Rodney, obviously Socastee needs a 3-and-out here, right, in the worst way.
Absolutely. Every series now is critical at this point, being down 17-0, having to kick the ball off. So, time's of the essence here, no question about it.
Here comes the Philly Pretzel Factory kickoff. You see the flags are blowing, although the weather has not been a real factor outside of the fact that the game was delayed. This Philly Pretzel Factory, our initial kickoff, was delayed by about 30 minutes. I guess a little bit more than that. And then since then, what we've seen is the ball has been slick for the quarterbacks handling it from center, but otherwise the weather has not been too large a factor. This kickoff's going to come down near the 5-yard line, and you see Rio Stevenson on the return. He skips away. He's out past midfield, and he's got a convoy. He's just got to beat the kicker. It's down to the 20, the 15. He cuts it back inside, and there is a touchdown. North Myrtle Beach, Rio Stevenson, like a bolt of lightning with a Coker University touchdown, 95 yards on the return.
Two-hand touch wouldn't even have worked in this one. He was untouched the entire way. He saw the vision right from the start and just executed.
Here comes the A&I Fire and Water Restoration replay. You see that Stevenson gets past that initial wave and then starts to follow his blockers, and he had a couple of them. Pure speed down the sideline, and then a great move, sticks his foot in the ground at the 12-yard line. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, touchdown, North Myrtle Beach. And that is a Coker University touchdown and our first special teams touchdown of the season.
At the end of that run, it almost looked like he played with the defender a little bit. He had an extra gear.
So that A&I replay presented by A&I Fire and Water Restoration, making your house home again after disaster strikes. So I believe the last thing I said before we had that kickoff was Socastee needs a 3-and-out. Didn't even get that opportunity. North Myrtle Beach has been hitting on all cylinders. And you've got to give the Chiefs a lot of credit, Rodney. They've really won the special teams battle tonight in a big way.
No question. It's been very big. And to say the least, this is very problematic now. 24-0, starting the third quarter.
So here's Nico Miller set to kick it off from the 40-yard line. Another Philly Pretzel Factory kickoff. Didn't we just do this? Philly Pretzel Factory pretzels are made to crave. This kick is going to come down just inside the 20-yard line, mishandled, and then jumped on. So
he maintained.
Socastee's going to maintain possession. That's B.J. Floyd, who was one of the upbacks on the play. Mishandled it initially, but then got back on it. So Socastee averts disaster.
You know, it's these scenarios that shape a player, though. I still want to see fight in this Braves team, and I think we will because of the experienced coach that knows how to get them through this.
Long season, absolutely. Right? This is for a lesson here.
Absolutely.
There's Marcus Duke firing it out there on that first down throw. That first down presented by Tidelands Health. Better health begins here. Tidelands Health, but a bit of a misfire, so Socastee sputtering a bit at times with this sophomore quarterback.
But at this point, you want to see composure in the players. When they're down like this, it's just critical that you see composure because it shapes the whole rest of the season. We're just getting started, as you said, Smitty.
So two receivers now to the left of Duke. Fakes to Owens. Duke rolls out to his right. He's going to hold on to it. He skids forward, but not very much. One thing about this big deficit that I think has really hindered Socastee, Rodney, is the fact that they can't get the running game going. When you're down 3 scores, 4 scores, you can't really rely on the run game.
No question about it. Nothing's been able to open up because they've been one-dimensional thus far.
So now it's 3rd down and 8. The money down. We'll see what Socastee can do with it. Here's Duke, straight drop, fires deep down the sideline. We've got holding, and we've got a late flag. Indeed, that's the right call there. As you know, Rodney, I always root for the refs. I always want the refs to make the right call.
Well, not only the right call, and I would never suggest this, but maybe it was the right defensive play too, because had he not entered that route, that was 6.
That was 6, absolutely. Really nice throw that time from Duke. So a good play call, good play design from Luke Little, the offensive coordinator for Socastee. And so everybody did everything right probably. And as you're right, just kind of North Myrtle Beach making use of the playbook there. Now Now they will give to Elijah Owens. He carries the pile forward across the 40-yard line to the 42. Physical runner. He just hadn't got the touches tonight, Rodney.
Well, not only that, but they've been able to zone in on him because they've been one-dimensional. When you zone in on something, it's very difficult to overcome. I'm sure he was every bit of the playbook.
That's right. Coming into the season, you know that he was. But the early deficit hurt that. Here's Duke rolling to his left. Fires back across the middle. That pass is caught.
Nice.
Inside the 35 to the 30-yard line. Longest completion of the night for Marcus Duke.
And they just answered what I voiced as a concern. They're not laying down. This is good to see.
Here's the A&I Fire and Water Restoration replay. Take a look at that. Nice pass play right into the arms of the senior B.J. Floyd in traffic. But a pinpoint pass from the sophomore Duke, and that is a Tidelands Health first down for Socastee. And here's Owens spinning off the first tackler, and then he's chopped down right at the 25-yard line.
He's going to be sore tomorrow, but so are those that he's meeting in the gap, I assure you.
So 2nd down and 7 now for the Braves. Playing with some tempo. There's Duke firing it over the middle. This time, looked like Floyd maybe cut his route off short. Miscommunication between the sophomore and the senior.
Yeah, that pass got away from him, I'm afraid.
So just like that, Socastee is facing 3rd down and long. Ball close to the left hash at the 25-yard line. Duke gives to Owens. Owens lowers his pads, gets a push from his lineman, Thomas Balzotti, but it's not enough. Brings up 4th down. I have to believe. We were wrong about it in the first half, but I think Sacastee's going to go for it.
We won't be wrong this time. And I think that's what they thought about all along, running 2 plays here.
Hard count there from Duke. He's going to shift his H-back from the left to the right. Gets some time, fires late, but that pass is knocked away, incomplete. Good defense out there on the perimeter by Warren Boomer.
Mr. Boomer was all over that one. You got a replay here. That was great defensive play.
Here's your A&I Fire and Water Restoration replay.
Got that hand in there, yep.
Just not open. Just flat out not open. Boomer was laying in the weeds for that, knocked it away, and really good technique as well, not committing pass interference, coming around. So instead, North Myrtle Beach is going to take over. It's going to be a Tidelands Health first down for the Chiefs. Better health begins here, Tidelands Health.
Hey, bravo for the Braves on that series, though, because they did bow the back. They did show some courage and perseverance there.
Here's Evans on the carry. He cuts it back. He's taken down at the 27-yard line, so short pickup there, 2, maybe 3 yards on first down.
That's that jitterbug activity to drive a defense crazy.
Oh, I think what you're seeing tonight from North Myrtle Beach, Perry Woolbright has a good offense, Rodney, and I think that they're going to be an issue moving forward. I know they're not coming off a great season, but I think maybe what he does layered on top of the talent here might be a good combination.
I agree with that. I sure do.
There's Evans cutting it back. Now he's up to the 34-yard line. That is near the line to gain.
Yeah, you're sitting here in the third quarter. It's humid out. First season of the game. Perhaps a little bit of weariness is coming in now.
Yeah,
These guys are well conditioned, but when those emotions drain you so much.
That's right. We don't have access to precise time of possession, but Socastee's defense has got to be wearing down as much as they've had to defend tonight, how much they've been on the field. So it's 3rd down and short. Looks like it's about a full yard. Snap comes to Barrett, and it looks like that's just shy of first down yardage. We'll check the officials. Nope. Yep, it's 4th down. It's going to be 4th down in inches.
That, my friend, was great.
Here's a replay from A&I Fire and Water. Look at this. The fact that it was gang tackling is what made the difference there. And, whoa, it is a first down, according to the officials. I was wrong. I thought Socastee had come up with the stop. But move the chains. That's another Tidelands Health first down for North Myrtle Beach. There's Barrett. Firing over the middle, caught by Teron Scott, second catch of the night. This is his longest gain. He's in Socastee territory, just shy of the 40-yard line.
You can see the confidence growing in that offense there. You can just see it. They're swagging a little bit.
Yeah, plenty of time, and Scott breaks open over the middle. You see he's a big target and a long strider. I think he's going to be a force, a weapon for this North Myrtle Beach team moving forward. That's another Tidelands Health first down. Here's a give to Boomer. He tries to hit the perimeter, and he's going to be driven down the 37-yard line.
Now, that kid's got a motor, man.
Yeah.
He's just flat out got a motor.
So a couple of good backs for North Myrtle Beach. Both Evans and Boomer have been good tonight. So certainly a group of skill position players around these two sophomore quarterbacks. Second down and 4. Snap will come to Barrett. He moves Boomer up beside him. Quick game. Out to Scott. Scott doesn't look it in, however. Incomplete. It's going to bring up third down.
Yeah, that was a great pass. He led him just perfectly. Hit him in stride, but I think he heard the footsteps on that one.
Here's your A&I Fire and Water Restoration replay, and you see Scott just doesn't look it in. And he got,
there was a reason for that.
Got an earful there from Noah Harnish out there on the perimeter. Flags are going to stop play. False start, illegal procedure against North Myrtle Beach.
You know, that charging D-back, he'll get your attention long before that football, and I think that's what happened there.
So instead of third down and a manageable 4, it is now third down and 9 for North Myrtle Beach to keep the drive alive. The Chiefs will have to advance it to the 32 of Socastee.
We're going to hit the seam here, you think, Smitty? Or
I think you're on to something.
I think so, too.
Straight drop here for Barrett. He's got a little pressure. He does hit Scott on the cross, but it's incomplete. So Scott now has dropped a pair of passes, both on that drive. So fourth down, here's a replay. And Scott, for the second time, doesn't look it in. That would have been hard to pick up the first down. Still needed, there was still some work to do, even if he would have made the grab. Socastee runs its special teams off late. There's Ethan Rich back deep. Sets his feet at the 10-yard line. Awaits the Nico Miller punt. It is a high one. It's going to be fair, caught by Rich at the 14-yard line.
Yes, this guy with those legs, we're going to see him on Saturday. Is he a sophomore too, Smitty?
All right.
This guy can kick and punt, man.
All right, we'll take a break. Socastee will take over when we come back. This is the HTC Friday Night Rivals powered by Mr. Sparky.
Ashley Waller from HTC joins us now, the title sponsor for Friday Night Rivals. And let's talk football first real quick, because this is a big thing for you guys to sponsor. Why sponsor high school football here in our community?
Absolutely. And high school football in this area is ingrained in the community, and we ourselves are ingrained in the community as well. So it is an exciting thing to be a part of.
You guys do so much at HTC, and you know, a lot of people look at you as a cable network, as a wireless provider. What is it that HTC can provide?
We offer an array of services, whether that be voice, wireless, security, but we ourselves are known as an internet provider. We're the largest telecommunications cooperative in the United States, and we pride ourselves on our customer service. So you definitely get that when you visit HTC.
So people just need to contact HTC and get the best service in Horry County, right? Or in the community.
Across the Grand Strand and PD.
There it is. Thank you very much. We appreciate your sponsorship.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Back on Friday Night Rivals, it's HTC Friday Night Rivals, powered by Mr. Sparky. Socastee can't get anything done. That offense continues to sputter, and penalties continue to be a problem. Socastee's backed up yet again. Delay of game, and now 4th down and 11. They'll be punting again to North Myrtle Beach and Rio Stevenson. We've already seen Stevenson take a kick back for a touchdown here. He wants to get his hands on a punt. He's going to catch it on a knee at the 46-yard line. But again, this has been the theme tonight, Rodney, plus territory for the Chiefs right when they start a drive.
Yeah, field advantage has played a critical role in this game here, critical role.
So 2:48 left to play, third quarter. Here's another first down coming up. Tidelands Health first down for North Myrtle Beach. Better health begins here, Tidelands Health. We went over the programming in the next few weeks as part of our A&I Fire and Water and Restoration halftime report. But next week, we're off, Rodney, so there'll be no game. But then we come back with Wilson and Darlington, a couple teams we'll want to scout before we get them back in 2 weeks, right here in the CW21.
I'm hearing a lot of good things about Wilson. I think they're on the up and up again, so I think they're going to be a team to watch. Don't know much about Darlington, but Wilson, you know, they kind of come and go. They're extraordinary one season, and they're a little bit low par other times. So it depends on which Wilson team we get. Should be a good ball game, though. What do you do here, Smitty? Do you just grind it out for the rest of the game, up 24-0 with 2 minutes left in the third quarter, or do you practice some of you?
You know what? This is a good question, Rodney, and I think with two sophomore quarterbacks playing for North Myrtle Beach, and neither one, can you tell me if they've separated themselves? I think they both played well. So I think maybe, look, it's not about, running the score up, but I think Perry Woolbright might have to keep throwing the football because he's got a quarterback competition with Walker and Barrett.
And the reps are what's important here. Yeah.
And this pass from Barrett was knocked down, and arm was moving forward, so just an incomplete pass, but that was all pressure from the Socastee front.
No doubt. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there in front of them.
Here's an A&I Fire and Water Restoration replay. See, the snap is high, getting the timing off, and then there's Evan Floyd, brother, coming in off the edge, getting his hand on it, but if it wouldn't have been Floyd, it would have been somebody. It would have been one of the Braves. And there's another good defensive stand from this Braves front.
When those mishandling of the snaps, even though it's just maybe even a half a second, it throws everything off.
That's blood in the water, right? That's chum in the water for defensive players. 24-0 North Myrtle Beach. They're in control of this one. Clock rolling down. Under 2 minutes to play now in the third quarter. In a game that was delayed by weather, but we've been rolling ever since. There's Barrett sprinting to his left. He's under pressure. He fires it late, and that may be intentional grounding. It will be. It will be intentional grounding. That was, and Coach Hampton was out to midfield to make sure the officials saw what we saw.
Yeah,
so
not a bad decision, though, from a young quarterback. To get rid of the ball. Otherwise, he's still going to.
All right, all the amateur referees at home can take a look at this. This, to me, is textbook. Ball does not reach the line of scrimmage. Pass was complete to one of his position coaches. So a loss of down, 4th down and 25. So Socastee's going to get the football back, probably with pretty good field position. Ethan Rich is back in tandem safety alongside Marcus Brown. Miller's kick is away. Brown runs up, wants to take it. He gets his hands on it at the 32-yard line, and he loses the ball. Second fumble of the night for Brown. Socastee recovers it, but that is the second time we've seen that. So Brown perhaps a little overexcited in his first varsity action. Here's that A&I fire and water restoration replay. Brown wants to come up and take this punt on the run.
And even though it was a shank, it was still a really nice punt.
Well, we mentioned blood in the water, and once you fumble once, the defensive players, is what they're looking for, right? Everybody's putting their hands in there trying to poke it out. Here's Marcus Duke, the sophomore for Socastee. Pump fake, fires, far sideline. That pass is caught at the 40-yard line.
And the defense now is in some form of a prevent defense. They're fully expecting pass from here on out. The 3 linemen down.
Here's that A&I replay. B.J. Floyd comes up with the grab. Senior gets away from coverage momentarily and makes that catch. Now here's Duke, tries to do it himself. Runs the ball. He's taken down just past the 42-yard line. That's a keep you honest kind of play, Rodney. So, again, we're off next week, but we invite everybody to stay with us all season long for all these great games that we're going to bring you from the PD and Grand Strand area. Here's Duke firing near sideline. Looks like the feet got tangled up, incomplete.
Incidental contact. I think that was the right call there. Smitty, we probably got a lot of extra eyes on this ball game tonight. So many games were canceled till tomorrow night, and some even Monday.
And there you see it. And we have seen a lot of Rio Stevenson. He's got the kick return for a touchdown. He's made all sorts of special teams plays, punt return, kick return, and impact plays defensively as well, having to cover Paul Livingston.
I think on the field he's submitting his resume for perhaps the player of the game. We'll see. Too early to tell right now.
So that pass is incomplete. It's going to bring up 4th down. Yeah, write that in pencil somewhere because Rio Stevenson with that kick return touchdown, 95-yarder, that Coker University touchdown, and that was the one that really put this game out of reach.
No question.
Put it on ice.
That was the tide changer there.
So Socastee will be in punt formation. Here comes Zach Englehart out to punt it away, and there's Rio Stevenson. There's that man.
Better kick it away.
Spins it down towards Stevenson, takes it just shy of the 30-yard line, and he's going to be cornered at the 34. That's where North Myrtle Beach will start its next drive. Just 15 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Yeah, good punt coverage. I'm glad to see them still fighting. That's inspiring to see a team down still fight the way the Socastee Braves are doing right now. That'll pay dividends down deeper in the season.
Hang in there, everybody. This is just week 1. But North Myrtle Beach is going to take a lot of away from this, Rodney, to hang its hat on.
Marquee win. Should they finish this out as the victors, this will be a great start for the season for North Myrtle Beach.
So now we see Mason Walker, sophomore, right back out there. Handoff to Boomer. Boomer's got it at the 35-yard line, but he's gang tackled there.
He does what all good running backs do. He just keeps the feet moving.
Keeps it moving and then tries to fall forward, and that will wrap up the third quarter. It comes to an end. North Myrtle Beach in control of this one, 24-0. Back with fourth quarter action in just a moment. HTC Friday Night Rivals powered by Mr. Sparky. We return to fourth quarter action with North Myrtle Beach driving and leading 24-0 here on HTC Friday Night Rivals, powered by Mr. Sparky, and it's Mason Walker, who's been splitting time with Evan Barrett at quarterback for the Chiefs. He's right back in it, and he's already got North Myrtle Beach into plus territory driving again. There's a little pop pass.
Smitty, at the end of the third quarter, you would suspect that with a 24 difference in the game, that it'd be a much different yardage comparison. But as we stand now, North Myrtle Beach only has 33 more total yardage than Socastee, which quickly takes you to penalties.
Penalties and field
turnovers.
position.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's just been one of those nights for Socastee. Couldn't get out of their own way. And we'll see if the rest of the season treats them a little bit better than that. Here's the give to Evans, who's had a really big night.
I think he's getting stronger and stronger. I mean, that size, he is still getting stronger and stronger. That is the characteristics of a great running back.
There's John Evans. He's certainly done some work tonight, carried the load for North Myrtle Beach. One of those seniors that Perry Woolbright and his staff are going to be counting on. Interesting note about Perry Woolbright. We'll get to that after this play. There's a pass to Teron Scott, and Scott scoots away into the end zone. Touchdown, North Myrtle Beach. We were waiting for Teron Scott to electrify the home crowd. He did it there, just a sophomore, but he's got a lot of those in his future.
Whoop, there it is.
There's a Coker University touchdown. Teron Scott knows how to run this skinny post.
Pass on the money.
Almost no chance to deal with an athlete like Scott on a well-thrown ball.
And perhaps they overlooked the horse collar. I mean, don't add insult to injury, right? Although he might have just had his jersey.
I'm going to call it clean. Extra point is good. Your new score, North Myrtle Beach, 31, Socastee nothing. Teron Scott vying for play of the game there. We obviously had the 95-yard kickoff return with Rio Stevenson, and then that pass play from Walker to Scott. And those players, Walker and Scott, both just sophomores. So North Myrtle Beach has a lot of that in its future.
So they went 5 plays, 66 yards, ending with that 33-yard touchdown pass, all within 3 minutes and 16 seconds.
That is a big-time drive and an exclamation point on this one. Nico Miller tees it up for our Philly Pretzel Factory kickoff. Kick from Miller. Spins it deep into the end zone. Will not be returned. And the Braves will take over at the 20-yard line.
A little bit uncharacteristic of a linebacker because I like those that knock a snot bubble up on you. But I'm very fond of this kicker here now. You hear me?
You have been a special teams guy tonight. Maybe you've got another career as a special teams coach ahead of you.
We mellow with age is what happens with that.
So here's Socastee that will take over. They've got a couple of sophomores in the backfield. There's Marcus Duke handing off to fellow sophomore Elijah Owens. He's met right away, however, by number 0, Jimmy McCullough, coming up from his linebacker spot for the Chiefs.
In fact, Smitty, I wouldn't even talk to the kickers when I played.
That's rude. See, I'm bothered by that kind of arrogance.
Call it what you will. Didn't want to interrupt his concentration. Those guys have to concentrate. We just deliver blows as linebackers.
Duke, under a little bit of pressure, he evades it, throws on the run, and that pass is caught. Nice pass play, really good connection there from Duke to Floyd.
They show moments of brilliance. They really do in their timing with their passes. They just hadn't been able to string it together.
You see on the HTC replay, Duke gets some good blocking as well, and Floyd comes back to it, helps his quarterback out. So here's a 1st and 10. This first down presented by Myrtle Beach Hyundai. Duke mishandles the snap and falls on it. Myrtle Beach Hyundai, remember, no games, no gimmicks, just good deals at Myrtle Beach Hyundai. Now, that's something they're going to have to go back to the drawing board on, right, Rodney? Because the timing has been off with the snap tonight.
No question. But you just, in your commentary just moments ago, that's something that I'm seeing more and more prevalent in these high school receivers. They're finally coming back to the ball. A decade ago, that was no such thing.
I think you're right. I don't know that they know how much easier that makes life on their quarterback, right? Especially when it's a scramble play, they're trying to throw on the run. There's Duke hit as he throws, and it's another nice pass. Big-time connection. That is Paul Livingston going up high to grab it and pick up another Myrtle Beach Hyundai first down.
And that's an example why we thought we'd call his name way more often. Check this out. He elevates. Good hand. Look, nice.
Nice all the way around. Top shelf. Paul Livingston using that 84-inch wingspan to go up high and grab it. Floyd can't come up with that one. More pressure this time. The North Myrtle Beach front starting to pin its ears back a little bit, get pressure on Duke more and more often.
31-0, but we still see fight in these guys. I love it, man.
Yeah, Socastee has some wins in its future. Got to cut those mistakes out. There's a nice run. That is
He's out. He's
Marcus
gone.
Brown. Brown
He's got
striding 10-5, touchdown, Socastee.
On the board.
And I miscalled it. That is Miller Locklear. Just a sophomore. Gets out in the open field, surprises North Myrtle Beach with his speed, and trots for a Coker University touchdown, but there's a flag on the play.
Oh.
So it looks like that's going to be brought back.
Oh. How defeating is that?
And Socastee has just done it all night long. This time it's a hold. So instead of an electrifying touchdown for the sophomore Locklear, reserve running back for Socastee getting his first carry of the night, but he's back out there, breathing a little more heavily now.
40 years from now, if I'm that guy, I'm still telling my grandkids how I took it to the house.
You don't mention the penalty.
Flag or no flag.
Well, 2nd down and 4. Fake this time to Locklear, and that pass is incomplete, thrown just a little bit behind B.J. Floyd that time.
That was a difficult throw. He was coming back crossing his body. That's a very difficult throw there.
So that brings up 3rd down and 4. Just 6:29 left to play in this one. North Myrtle Beach is going to get this win, go to 1-0. Socastee, meanwhile, is going to start 0-1, but we're still a long way from region play.
So North Myrtle Beach dropped in classification. That's hard to understand with the growth of the Horry County area. I guess Carolina Forest is just really pulling in some folks that way.
That's right. North Myrtle Beach has dropped from 5A to 4A this season. Meanwhile, Socastee still in 5A. And in their region, they're going to play a lot of teams from the Charleston area. There's a heavy tilt toward the Charleston area, and then you've got Socastee and Carolina Forest in that same region.
Yeah, I saw Goose Creek, and maybe it was perhaps Berkeley.
And for
Wando, maybe.
For anybody that's tried to go from Carolina Forest to Charleston in rush hour, leave early.
Start the day before.
Here's a give to Locklear. Picks his way ahead on 3rd down and 4. Needed to reach the 42-yard line, and Locklear is very close to a first down for the Braves. Looks like they're going to move the chains. we've seen a lot of young players for both teams making plays tonight. Locklear had that long touchdown called back, but you see on this HTC replay the patience from Locklear.
Oh, good call. You're exactly right. He waited for things to develop, didn't he?
Don't often see that in a young running back.
No, not even in the high school game altogether.
And there's Locklear, another nice run. Ducks his head down at the 35-yard line, just shy of another first down.
No hesitation there.
No, that's right through the gut, just as the play was designed. 7-yard run for Locklear. So a lot of young players on both sides. You got Marcus Duke, quarterback for Socastee, 2 sophomore quarterbacks for North Myrtle Beach, 2 sophomore running backs for Socastee. Here's Locklear clearing that initial surge, getting into the secondary of North Myrtle Beach. He's all the way to the 20-yard line, close to the red zone.
These guys have closed the gap in total yardage. When you take a look at these stats tomorrow morning, you're going to say, no, this was not a 31-0 ball game.
Here's Locklear showcasing some nice vision and I think a little speed as well.
Slippery, very slippery.
Slippery and then falls forward, strong as well. Will he get another carry? He will. Now he's inside the 20-yard line. So Socastee penetrates the red zone now, the Coker College red zone. From the red zone to the real world, Robeson Community College gets you there. So a 2-yard pickup just inside the 20-yard line.
Socastee needs about 2 more quarters, huh?
Yeah. They're starting to play some football now.
They are. They are.
Here's a third running back to get touches tonight for the Braves. This time it's number 20, Braden DePalma. He saw some action last year at the position.
Smitty, we're joined by our statistician, Paul Gable, here, who's a big help for us in the booth. Paul was here last year in the Lake City game and had a medical emergency and recovered quite greatly. So what a pleasure to have you back in the booth with us.
It absolutely is. Paul is wonderful. And we're going to talk about him all season long. There's DePalma with another carry because a lot of what happens up here, this is all a team effort. Of course, we are talking, but everything that is happening, we should take the time to thank everyone that has put this broadcast together tonight. There's a good run from DePalma, close to first down yardage. They are going to move the chains. So there's another Myrtle Beach Hyundai first down for Socastee. Myrtle Beach Hyundai, remember, no games, no gimmicks, just good deals at Myrtle Beach Hyundai. Socastee hurries to the line. There's DePalma, cuts it back, breaks a tackle, then a second, and carries Chiefs all the way down inside the 2. Here's Socastee. As you said, Rodney, you wanted to see fight. This is it. Just 3 minutes remaining. They're fighting for their first score tonight.
It's very inspiring to see these young men react this way.
DePalma sticks his foot in the ground, cuts it back, slips through one tackle, and then it takes 3 Chiefs to bring him down.
Oh.
And a little little play-action pass there, but it goes awry. Good defense there from North Myrtle Beach.
They were just trying to catch them off guard with that. It was first down, and they've got 3 more downs to punch it in. And this is absolutely a must just for moral.
You can't make that long drive home, and it is a pretty long drive from Little River to the Surfside area where Socastee is, and there's DePalma drop for a loss. Yeah. You don't want to make that drive after a shutout.
North Myrtle Beach says not so fast.
Good play there off the edge by Emmanuel Bellamy.
About a 2-yard loss there, I think.
So now it would be 3rd down and goal from the 4. Here's Duke taking the snap. Got Locklear in his hip pocket. There's movement. We saw white shirts and yellow jerseys jumping there. Let's see how the officials will adjudicate.
Going forward. Going forward.
Half the distance to the goal line in favor of Socastee.
Don't you punch this in physically right here?
I think you have to run it.
Yeah,
I think that you have to run it, and I think the carry goes to Locklear. I think it goes to Miller Locklear, the sophomore. He gets the pitch, dives for pay dirt, and he will have it. Touchdown, Socastee. That's a Coker University touchdown for Socastee, their first of the night, and it comes from the sophomore, Miller Locklear, who probably didn't even know if he'd get carries tonight.
Well, he's taking advantage of it. He's taking full advantage of it.
Gets a little shovel pass.
Oh, he was getting in.
He was getting in, and he did.
Mama, watch this.
You called it, Rodney. You have to be physical down there near the goal line. That's exactly what Socastee did. Got some good blocks, and as you said, Locklear smelled it, dove in. PAT is away, and it is good.
Yeah.
So North Myrtle Beach leads 31-7. There's just 2:11 left to go in this one. Glad you have made it along with us. We're going to be with you all season long. HTC Friday Night Rivals, powered by Mr. Sparky. Back on Friday Night Rivals, HTC Friday Night Rivals, powered by Mr. Sparky. North Myrtle Beach in charge, 31-7, but Socastee scored on its last drive, showing fight right to the end. And this is a Braves team that's got a lot of young pieces. They've got some seniors on the outside, the wide receiver spots, but young in the backfield.
But you know, that's stuff you can build on. It really is.
That last drive was a heck of a drive, Rodney. You have the details
plays,
on that?
80 yards, concluded with a 2-yard down drive, punching it in.
Yeah, that was Miller Locklear. So an 80-yard drive for Socastee.
6 minutes, 33 seconds. Nice.
There's a nice run coming back the other way for North Myrtle Beach. Nice first down run. That's Warren Boomer.
I think I'm spotting some new players on the gridiron now.
Yeah, some of the reserves are coming in. Who's the backup analyst? Who can we bring in here to sit in your seat when the game gets out of hand?
Anybody. Hey, back to your point, this is a great production crew. I've worked with them, I think, for 3 years now. Top notch in every way. Very professional and very kind people to work with as well.
Yeah, this has certainly been easy. One of the better situations that I've joined. I'm excited about the whole season.
Well, you've added a lot to it, too. We'll talk about our predecessors here before we end. We're not trying to replace legends.
No.
That's what we had in the famous Chuck Jordan and the bad boy himself. They both had other pursuits this year, some things they wanted to do, so –
That's right. Alan Smothers and Chuck Jordan were here with you last year. It's going to be Matt Smith, Rodney Berry. We've got Steve Hodge on the sideline, and we will do our best to bring you these Friday Night Rivals games from, again, across the area. And so we're going to see all of these different teams, and we will give you a piece of all these towns and the parties, the shows that they put on every Friday night, and it's a good one tonight here in the Little River area.
You know, this is only our second meeting, but I'm impressed with you, good sir.
Oh, we're having fun tonight, and we want to see. We knew there'd be some cramps. Let's see a couple of players getting up a little bit gingerly late. Final 20 seconds of this one. North Myrtle Beach does not have to take another snap, and they may not.
We're going to put this one in the books, man. First game of the year.
Put it in the books. North Myrtle Beach will move to 1-0. Perry Woolbright gets a win in his return, his second turn as head coach for the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs, and he will get the win here. Ben Hampton and Socastee will look to regroup, but they have got a lot of good film, especially in that fourth quarter, to work from. All right, now we are going to take a break. We'll come back with some post-game. But your final again, North Myrtle Beach 31, Socastee 7, HTC Friday Night Rivals, powered by Mr. Sparky. Putting a bow on this one, North Myrtle Beach defeats Socastee 31-7 tonight at the Hank here in the Little River area. HTC Friday Night Rivals, powered by Mr. Sparky. Let's go now to the play of the game, the Philly Pretzel Factory play of the game. Philly Pretzel Factory pretzels made to crave. And here it is, Rodney, Rio Stevenson getting it done from 95 yards away. Got some great blocking, but then his athleticism took over.
In Emmanuel, he used every gear in that 5-speed during that run. See that? See how he little tease there.
And then a cutback. Beautiful play there from Rio Stevenson. Your drive of the game, presented by Botero Carts. Life is short. Buy a golf cart. Botero Carts. we look to Rodney Berry. Rodney, what did you determine was the drive of the game tonight?
So it happened in the third quarter, and it was a momentum swinger. The game might have been out of hand, but still great play. It was a 66-yard, 33-yard touchdown pass that really put this out of hand in the third quarter.
And that was the pass to Teron Scott, who we were talking about all night, and he finally really got in the act and was able to make an impact. And that was, as you said, the game was probably out of reach, but I think that made everybody for North Myrtle Beach feel like they had already gotten the run game. Now they got the quarterback play and the wide receiver play. Everybody got on in the act a little bit. And it's like they can share one big game, Paul.
Yeah, great point, because moving forward, there are going to be a lot of weapons that people are going to have to defend when they play North Myrtle Beach.
Speaking of the game ball, let's go down to Steve Hodge on the sideline for the HTC game ball presentation. HTC, this is life. Connect with it.
Hi, we're here with winning North Myrtle Beach head coach Perry Wheelbright. Coach started off a little jittery. Came back out in the second half and settled down a little bit, and that's what you needed to win the game. What do you think?
I thought our kids played hard all night long. We showed them as long as they give the effort they're supposed to do, play what we want, effort, toughness, and discipline. The mistakes are going to come, but we got to play the next play, and that's what we did. We had made some mistakes in the first half, but the guys played hard. They played the next play, and in the second half we started smoothing things out, got a little bit of rhythm offensively, and then defense played lights out all night long.
The defense played both ways. Coach, your special teams tonight, your kicker did a heck of a job keeping them backed up and kicking the extra points and field goals. But you had one great special teams play at the beginning of the second half, and that's I believe he needs to get the game ball tonight if you want to call him up.
Game ball goes to Rio Stevenson.
Hey, man. Congratulations. Good job. Coach, congratulations. Good luck with the rest of the season. We're going to send them back upstairs. Oh, let's give you the trophy first. Wait a minute. I got a little. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Steve Hodge, and thank you to North Myrtle Beach for hosting us tonight. Congratulations to Perry Wheelbright getting the win in his first game back with North Myrtle Beach. And now, let's not forget, Rio Stevenson also was playing defensive back covering Paul Livingston, one of the top targets for Socastee, doing that all night long. Tonight on ABC 15, catch all the highlights from our area on the End Zone with sports director Brandon Dunn. The End Zone starts at 11:20 on ABC 15 News. That's it for us. Again, thank you to everybody that put on tonight's broadcast. We're so excited to be with you. We'll be back with you September 4th for Wilson Darlington on the CW21 for.
We'll see you guys.
Yeah, for Rodney Berry and Steve Hodge and everybody here at Friday Night Rivals, thank you so much. This has been HTC Friday Night Rivals, powered by Mr. Sparky.